It's up to you guys. I don't know, whatever you're gonna do. There's no number. It's whatever.
It's like a time drill or something.
No, it's just whatever first and last one, or the ones in between they feel. If you guys are feeling it, you're good. If not, keep going. Up to you guys. This is something like you decide how much do you need to do to feel it.
Oh, I like it like water.
Yeah. Gotta have water, but it also drowns you. Whatever you guys think is that magic number. You know, I don't know what it is when you guys, okay? Something different. All right. Stand up. You're gonna go to a horse stance. You're gonna reach down, touch the line between your legs, and then jump up. So you're doing a squat jack. We're gonna do 30 of those. Go. Jamie, you're jumping so high, Damien, you jumped off the screen. You animal. Damien. Hey, did you do student of the day in class or no?
No.
Okay, no problem. David, you think your kicks are getting better?
What's that?
You like that one, huh? How are we doing? Everybody good? Excellent. 30? Good. We do any abs yet? No, let's do some abs. Let's do, We're gonna roll back, legs come over our head or somewhere in that direction. Come back, don't touch the floor with your heels, throw 2 punches. All right? So wherever it comes back, doesn't have to go all the way overhead, wherever it goes, okay? You guys kind of make that choice. Do as many as you can. When you feel like you got that burn, then you're good. So there's no number on this one, guys. It's whatever you want today. It's called You Want, You Do. Yeah. The little kids would do 2. I got 2, Sensei. You said the first and the last. I'm good. Jim's probably breaking records back there. I was telling there's a tidal wave when Jim does this exercise. It creates waves around the world. Chuck Norris says he never bows to no man, but Jim's not the average man. Jim is not a man. He's beyond that. Like up there with gods and mortals, you know. So Chuck Norris fears Jim. I'm making stuff up, Jim, off the top of my head. They don't have to be funny. So you know I'm just winging it. Jim was so strong today that he broke that stretch rack with his legs and he wasn't even on it.
I just looked at it.
He just went with his legs. Oh, and they're like, whoa, what happened?
I just looked at
He
it.
didn't have to even touch the rack.
The thing's spun out of control.
Anybody ever hit? No, everybody still going still? Wow. You guys are animals today. Animals! Not the average bear. All right, left out, right in. I give the kids the answer Monday. They said, what is bear in Japanese? Kumo, right? And they knew it. They're like, they didn't know the Kumo, but they knew I said it. I'm like, oh, I never heard it before. I go, yeah, you heard Monday, you heard it. What's bear got to do with karate? That's a better answer. That's right, bear crawl, yeah. Bear technique.
Bear pit.
Bear pit, yeah.
Bear hole.
I wonder how you say pit. I don't know how to say pit. I wonder how they'd say bear pit. They might say bear circle or something. Certain words don't translate. Like in judo, a lot of those words that they use in the throws, they don't translate well to English.
They have a couple old movies. Karate Bear Fighter.
Karate bear fighter?
Karate Bull Fighter.
Do they fight bears then?
Yeah, guy puts the bear.
No kidding. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's an old black and white one.
Oh, black and white. Whoa. Never heard of that one. If you're talking to 5 deadly venoms, I know you're coming.
It's a karate in Japanese.
Huh. You ever watch those Sonny Chiba ones?
A little bit.
Like Sci Fighter and stuff like that? Yeah. One of the other bad ones is like Don Dragon Wilson movies. They're terrible.
China Brown.
Yeah. That was Cynthia Rothrock. I met her.
Yeah.
Yeah, several times. Yeah, when I was competing, she was competing.
I only watch authentic karate, so I watch
Cobra
Cobra Kai.
Kai! It's not Kuala Don't forget that, Derek. No mercy here.
Sweet. So when you watch all these movies, do you critique what they're doing and everything?
Yeah, I can tell you if it's real, if you want. That's why we're laughing about which ones, because we know some of them are really bad. Yeah.
Which would you say is like the best in terms of realism?
Oh, realism? Probably something you'd recognize, actually. That'd probably be the best way to go. Probably Bruce Lee's movie Enter the Dragon is probably one of the best, realistic ideas, because he was pretty real deal. Switch Legs? Yeah, so that would be a good one to watch. Just say, hey, that will,
I would say though, some of the guys he fights are really bad.
Yeah, well, some of the guys didn't know martial arts. John Saxton, he learned it just for the movie.
Yeah.
Bob Wall is real. I met Bob Wall, too. So,
And some of just like the no-name guys, especially,
Bob Wall was trying to get Gene LaBelle to promote him in judo, because he's a judo black belt under Gene, but wanted to get him a black belt in Hayastan. And Coker said, no. He's got to fight me first. That's what he said. That's what Coker said. Well, give him a black belt. He's like, no, you got to fight me first. That's how mean Coker is. That's how mean he is, man. You don't care. Jackie Chan was in Enter the Dragon, too. You know that?
Was he?
Yeah. He's the guy that goes after Bruce Lee when he was down in the dungeon.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, and he beats the one guy up, and he hits him, and the guy makes this weird-looking face. Jackie Chan was in that part of the scene, and a couple other spots, too. But Jackie Chan looked up to Bruce Lee incredibly. A lot of people don't know that. He wanted to be Bruce Lee. But Jackie Chan was more of the butterfly, comedy, his own little spoof on things.
We were just talking about that the other one.
Yeah. But I never met him. I'd like to meet him. That'd be really cool. We need to train with him, too. I think it'd be pretty wild. Jackie Chan.
I mean, he is legit.
Oh, yeah.
Does a lot of his own stunts.
Oh, yeah.
Does a lot of his own
If you watch some of the movies he's done and then watch the bloopers at the end, you'll see a lot of times that he's injured. You'll see him in a cast, like he's gotten hurt during the scenes. And then he did the whole rest of the movie with the cast on and stuff, and they covered it up.
Yeah,
Rumble in the Bronx, he broke his foot jumping from one balcony to another balcony over his building. Broke his foot, so then he had to do this scene out on a kind of like, a hover hydroplane type thing. And he's being dragged, and he's got a cast on, and they made it look like a sneaker. He's out there doing it. He's just crazy,
I'm surprised they would even let him do the stunts. Even if he wanted to and say, no, you're not.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Forgot if that might be salted.
yeah, some of the guys can really push pretty hard. And there's a lot of them they don't let do it, like some of the big names, superstars, they don't want him ever to do anything because they're worried about him getting hurt.
He has his own stunt team.
Yeah, he's got his own stunt team too, yeah, you're right.
It looks like Tom Cruise. They don't want him doing all his own stunts anymore. He's been hurt so many times.
Yeah.
He does some crazy stuff.
Legs out straight?
Like, they don't do it all the time because when he gets hurt, they have to shut the whole movie down.
Oh yeah, it slows down production, yeah. Like let the stunt man do it, yeah. Or stunt lady, or yeah. Now, I think this is not from martial arts ability. I just going by martial arts concepts. Like the original Karate Kid from 1984 area, that was like, good lessons to be learned. But Pat Morita didn't know any karate. You guys know that, right?
Yep.
He just learned it for the movie. He didn't know martial arts. None, And the guys that were refereeing at the end, those guys taught those guys. That's Pat Johnson, and I can't think of the other guy's name, but they were both Chuck Norris black belts under Chuck Norris. So it was interesting. So a lot of their influence was Tang Sudo and karate and a couple other things. So they had some different influence on the styles they were doing. Even the bad guy. I can't think of his name, but the bad sensei, I can't think of his name. Yeah, well, yeah, that name, but I was trying to think of his real name. But, yeah. He learned it for the movie too, so, you know.
That famous kick in the end, is that actually like a,
This is a front snap kick, jump front snap kick, it's all it is.
the way I was watching a movie not too long ago, the way Miyagi was trying to sell it was like, it was unblockable or undefendable.
No defense. If done right, no defense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I watched it too many times.
I was like, I don't know.
I know the words.
It's an accurate statement at all.
I guess if you do anything good enough, there's no difference.
Oh, yeah. Best defense is a good offense. Or hit him with a fence. Any stretch you want to work?
That's Al from
Al from Mel's Diner, from Alice. That's from boot to the head, eh? I should find that and let these guys hear that. I don't even know if I can even find it anymore. It was on actual cassette deck. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I think that was the guy, Cheech Marin was the guy who did Ed Grugerman. I think that was him, but I could be wrong. I think that was his skit. Ed Grugerman, please approach. I got the pajamas. I want to boot some head too. Phew. You missed. That was pretty stupid, right? I'd say the hardest part about movies, martial arts movies, are they can't have a bad guy or a good guy end really quick. So they got to keep the battle going. And realistically, if they do certain things, it's done. You ain't getting up. You ain't getting up. But
It's like the same when you watch the things where with a sword fight.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, they don't last that long.
yeah, real life sword fights would only last, within one cut. A lot of times one cut was a battle, it was done. It's crazy. All right, guys, have a seat. Let's do a little 45 drill. We got the grappling dummies in the other room. We'll drag them out in a few. They should be dry by now. We'll drag them out in a few.
That spray bottle burning pretty well.
In there? Okay. I'll drink it and fill it back up. Well, you gotta drink bleach. Cleans you out. Good for Damien's hair. I know what to say. Hey, Jim, why'd that lady ask you that question? Is she doing taxes or?
He came in, pick up her tax return, talking to the receptionist.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the receptionist, thinking I'm a guy, I know guys that do carpentry work and roofing stuff, because they don't deal with that stuff. So I'm the only guy in the office. All of a sudden, over the counter, I got over the cabinet. Jim, do you know anybody that knows, how to fix things? I'm like, yeah, I know a couple people. Then I said, well, I know he's busy. When do you want it done? If you want it done right away, you can't do it. Well, anytime between now and December 1st. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll pay you.
Roll back, triangle, triangle. I got some lady that keeps calling me. I mean, I told her I can't work till after summer. And I keep sending messages to her and calling her back telling her I can't do it. She doesn't want to accept no. I said, I'm not going to show up. I'm not doing it. I said, it's really simple. No means no, I can't do it until after summer. Are you sure? I'm telling you, no.
Don't take no,
Then she sends me messages, and I'm like, I send a message back of me working on my house. I go, here, I'm working. I'm like, are you killing me? I lost my helper. Nick was my helper for jobs.
yeah.
Nick's helped with a bunch of jobs I've done.
I told him last night, I was gonna tell him at church Saturday, that he's gonna be about another 4 or 5 weeks before he gets back to regular stuff, I guess. I was gonna tell him to do half katas. I got to tell him that last night. Let's do half katas.
Do it in your chair.
That's fortunate.
Yeah. Side guard side.
The tools.
I told him I'd push his wheelchair up on my scaffold and let him do some vinyl siding with me. I said, it's only 12 inches wide, so don't lean any direction. You like looked at me serious, like I was serious. I'm like, no, Nick, I'm joking.
I'm joking.
Your legs are gonna be broke. Not only your feet are broke, your legs will be broke when you fall.
Suspend them on a harness like in a rope.
I just bring a crane and hit the buttons. Since I dropped my hammer, use your hands like Karate Kid.
Try that nail. Oh,
You remember that thing where they put the wall panels up? Same thing. Hit it once, knock it in properly.
I was watching one of those strongmen things. You know, they get weird things to do.
Oh yeah.
One, they had a block of wood on their hand, and they had a spike, and to drive in a spike.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one, yeah. That's crazy, some of the stuff.
They're nuts.
And those guys aren't ripped or anything, they're just beefy and strong, you know? All right, guys, go in the other room, grab yourself a dummy. I know there's a couple in this room, but you know, you might take the other. Yeah, matter of fact, I just bought some more of that stuff too. I'm trying to get it back in the classes again. You know, how you feeling? Okay. A little fatigued. Okay.
This was many, many years ago, but I remember watching the Olympics. They had like a super heavyweight weightlifter. He was from Romania. That was like a mountain.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, you know, because they all have jobs that they do. They go, oh, he's a librarian. I'm
That's
thinking of
crazy.
him, and he says, be quiet.
You're quiet in the library, probably. Yeah, you don't argue with him. He'll put the book on you. All right, let's go. Knee on belly, short arm bar. Knee on belly, short arm bar. Do right and left, okay? Grab the arm closest to you, Jim. There you go. Step over the head with the other leg. Keep around, fall back. Keep your chin tucked down into your chest. You got it. We should do both sides. We're gonna do about a minute and a half, Jerome.
I do have to say, the last time we did this, I don't know what I did, but I must have fallen funny. The next day, my hip was so sore.
You must have landed right here on the
I
side.
must have.
On the
Because-
side, yeah.
It's funny, because my wife said, so, did the dummy beat you up? Yeah.
You must have hit it just on the side funny when you fell back. That would make sense, yeah, landing wrong on it. Sometimes you don't even know you do
It was fine
it.
that evening.
Oh, really? Yeah. Next day is always a,
Oh, it was awful.
either the next day or 2 days. Sometimes 2 days after is bad.
It was a couple days.
Yeah, the second day sometimes worse. Derek likes to get hurt too. He throws himself on the ground all the time. I mean, if you bring barbecue sauce with you, you know, you could take Derek, you know, for the rib fest. We do have a grill right here out the door here, Derek, you know. You want to throw those spare ribs up there.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, I learned not to make that same mistake again.
Oh, yeah, on the hard way.
Yeah.
well, these dummies, you know what they call it a short arm bar. They got short arms.
Yeah.
They call it an arm bar.
All right, side control, figure 4 up and down. Side control, figure 4. Grab your left hand on top of his wrist. There you go. Now reach underneath, grab that. There you go. Pull down. You got it. Japanese name for this, Vinny. No, only if it's down. Up one. Technically, even the down one's not technically a Kimura. Technically. You. Yeah. Think of the old school outside forearm block. Think of that. Udi Grama. Udi Grama.
Am I correct in this one? This is the one we're doing the monkey paw thing? And
Correct. I'll film you so you can watch it later and see you doing it wrong.
Oh, beautiful.
Excellent. Can't say I'm not here to help. Jim,
We're here to film you. Look at this guy doing it wrong. Look at that.
I'll say, I don't get to see the voiceover you do afterwards, right?
yeah, I don't voice over.
Look at this guy, right here. That's big time.
This is what not to do.
You know,
This is why you need to get to class.
the Masters for the golf the other day.
That was on Sunday, yeah.
The Japanese guy.
Yeah, he won, didn't he?
And so they're doing the commentary in Japanese, because they're letting the Japanese commentators go in. They're talking so fast, I'm like, how do you understand what they're saying?
Well, they think we talk fast too.
They think we talk fast?
Yeah, because you don't really understand the language, but yeah, it sounds like we're talking fast too. I was watching something. Oh, I got Yaski's instructor, Sensei Onogi. He was talking to us in Japanese while he's doing these throws. And I'm like trying to pick out the words he's saying. And I'm getting about 22%. So I'm like, what's the other ones? What's the other 78% what he's saying? So I'm trying to figure out what he's saying. I'm like, what is he saying? I know what he's doing. Just couldn't figure out what he was saying completely.
When you raise this up,
Uh-huh.
can you get that off the floor like that? Is that okay?
Which hand?
The right hand.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Keep it
fine.
like that.
Oh, yeah. You want to keep the left one on the floor at that angle.
You're keeping the left one down,
Yeah,
and raising the right.
correct.
And then the other side. Other side. Get it back here, the left one.
All right, check Vince out down there, even though you might not want to. Vinny, go to guard. His guard. All right, little can opener action. Pulls it up, locks the elbows in, lift up the head. Got it? Pretty simple. All right, if you need to look again, take a peek at Vince. Remember, don't look too long at him. He gets a little complex. Remember, elbows in on that chest tight. Elbows in tight. Grab towards the top of the head from the back. That'll give you better leverage. If you do this submission, you have to do it quickly to your opponent. If you reach out both hands, they will double armbar you. So this is kind of one of these things you got to do and commit to it completely. If you don't do it fast enough, they can get you with another technique back. All right? So it's a 50-50. You either know what you're doing, or they're going to show you something else.
You're already in guard, then, right? You're already
Yeah.
They just want
Yep. You got it.
When you're going to slam down onto the chest, is it best to kind of keep like as tucked in as you can as you're coming down so that way you're not
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
like that?
Yeah, you don't want to put them out too straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you do that, you're saying, hey, give me an arm bar.
Right.
All right, choke from behind. Set them up, choke them from behind, throw your legs around them. Naked choke. You guys keep your clothes on, though. It's a PG class. Remember, if that dummy taps, you better run. Because I will. Run. Like this, Derek. You got this hand right here?
Yep.
This hand comes up here, right like this. No. Grab your bicep. Take your right hand, grab your left bicep. Take that hand, go behind his head. Then squeeze in. So you want to make a V here and squeeze in. Okay?
Now this is the one that you could really do permanent damage with if you do it wrong, right?
Yeah, sure. Getting up in the morning too quick could cause permanent damage too. You can get lightheaded, trip, hit your head, knock yourself out, concussion, permanent damage. Get up too quick, have a heart attack. All kinds of things can happen. Preferably, we'd like you to do it correctly. If you're doing it at the gym, don't worry, there's no damage.
I break my arm before
You
that.
probably hurt your arm, yes. Ask him, he'll tell you about it. I mean, Jim actually, wraps this giant chain around his neck and practices defense against it. It's pretty impressive. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a dog chain or something, or a toe chain. And Jim's over there like practicing defense. I don't know. That's pretty freaky. Then he pulled it on the wall one time. I was like, whoa. You laughing back there? Yeah, we had to change ruling in class that, grapple with the dummies because Jim was hurting everybody. It's anybody to partner with him. All right, you're choking him from behind. Go underneath one of his arms. Fall to that same side. Throw your leg over his head. Arm bar. There you go. Hey, you need an arm there, Jimmy. Hey, Jim's doing the arm bar without the arm. You know why? He's that good.
The guy knows I'm gonna grab his arm and he won't give it up.
He's like, Jim's just like, I don't even touch the arm. He's gonna tap already. I feel bad for these dummies, man. They just get abused when Jim's here.
I feel like he lasted long. Almost 6 months.
And I'm surprised you didn't rip his head off by now.
Yeah.
Jim wanted one for his house. The problem is it didn't last. Had it in the front room. Never made it. Dummy crawled out of there. Escaping down the road. Pretty scary. How you doing, Vinny? Need some help back there? Okay. A lot of work moving those little dummies around, isn't it? Oh, you would have loved this one, Derek, since you teach school. You'd appreciate this one. Kid asked me a question today. Let's see if I get this right, Vinny. He asked me, what is the easiest thing I ever did? I said, beat up little kids. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I'm bigger, smarter, faster, better looking. And then Vince says, yeah, and he's modest too.
It's like 90% of my classroom conversations, man.
And the kid looked at me like, that's abuse. I go, no, that's training. They're like, I can't believe it. And guess the kid that asked me.
What's that?
Guess the kid who asked me. You know him.
I do. Awesome.
Alex.
So it's only bragging you.
Kramer.
Oh. That sounds about right. I didn't know you were in it. I knew his sister did.
Yeah. So I was waiting to hear if he goes home and tells his parents. I'm like, I don't care. Your dad knows what I'm about. Since he said he enjoys beating up kids. Oh yeah, he does. He calls it training. Then of course a bunch of the kids heard that and they were like, I think we can take him. Little fist of fury. You ever see that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer does karate?
Oh, yeah.
It's hysterical. He goes to take karate lessons, but he goes to a kid's class. So he's like, you know, top of his class. He's beating everybody. He's a white belt. Next thing you know, he's a yellow belt or whatever. And the kids are all riding, carpooling with him and stuff, right? So they say, hey, Kramer. They're getting tired of getting beat up by Kramer, so they take him outside and they jump him. And then he's telling everybody, I got jumped in the park, you know, by my class. Da 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 da. It's like these little hands, a fist of fury's coming at me. And then Elaine goes something like, they're kids. What do you mean you can't beat kids? You know, because he was bragging how he was like the top of his class. And you're in a kid's class. It's a good episode to watch. Appreciate it. If you like karate stuff, you appreciate that. All right, go to mouth. Regular arm bar at mouth.
We do regular. I'm gonna be regular. We did regular, didn't we? No.
Sure.
We do regular. Okay, sit now. Arm bar from there. Hey, what do you do? Maybe.
So I'm gonna grab his left arm. Sure. So I'm moving my right leg up. No. Scale on the side of the ribs. So up on my left knee. grass yesterday.
You cut grass?
Yeah, it's the earliest I've ever done it.
Wow, was it that bad?
It was pretty tall.
Ah.
I probably could have waited, but they were talking bring the next.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple goats for out back. Jim's gonna herd the goats. We'll probably have that cleared out pretty easy.
Just call me Moses.
Moses?
Goat herder.
Now you sound like my father when we first moved in. We have a bank that has a bunch of shrubs on it and everything, scrub stuff. He goes, well, you gotta get a couple of goats to clean that up. I said, that's okay. But he was right, he said that they would clean it right up.
Oh, yeah, don't clean it up.
Oh,
You put your, you want your face, right?
yes, when I do this, grab here, and we'll pull it across. This will keep it down.
Some cobwebs drive me crazy, but you don't get it right away, you forget where it is.
About that spiders come out.
Oh, yeah, right now? Yeah. They're on all year apparently.
I come out of the house the other day, there's bumblebees out there, attack me. What are you doing? We just attack anybody.
Well, the other day there was I call it a wolf spider. So I barked at it, dropping stomp kick. I think I won. One
think he's done
sensei, zero spider.
I like it when Garfield comics, they always beat up the spiders.
My cat likes this spider. She thinks it's a great guy. This is great. I'm scared it's gonna get her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, back there.
Now I see all you girls have done.
Yeah.
You fall back, you try to straighten it out again.
Oh, yeah?
It's gonna hit one of these times.
Nah.
Okay. Can't say I'm not gonna sense it.
I am definitely trying to keep my head tucked up.
Also, they have some wood.
Yeah, these are Kobe dummies. I'm trying to figure out a way to let people do grappling. You know, while you guys having contact with each other. At least you get to know how to do the attacks.
Right.
I'm trying to land stuff. That's what I want to do.
All right, last one. This one's a little bit more intricate. It's a spinning arm bar from side. Watch Uncle Vin down there. He's gonna grab the arm across from him, pull it to his shoulder. He steps over the head and just turns his body and sits that way. Okay, watch again. Instant replay. Grabs the arm across where his head is, pulls it to him, pulls the dummy into him a little bit. See that? Pushes down on the face. Steps over the head towards his back, and now he just rotates his body. Watch how he just pivots. And then just falls right over. Okay? Give it a shot, gentlemen. Give it a shot. If you get stuck, let me know. I'll send you an email.
Yeah.
There you got it. Oh, no, check it right.
Is that correct?
Slow towards you.
Okay.
Step over with your left leg to the center of the back. Now check coming towards me. And follow. There you go. Let's take a short arm bar, then.
That does.
Everything relates one way or another. Arm bar is an arm bar, just the tight hit.
Is this meant like the majority of grappling would be like kind of like for go to or is that?
Well, just, we're doing them right now because they're easier to understand. I like to build on stuff, make sure that, like, hundreds of ways to do it.
Sure, this guy's on over there.
Whenever the guy extends his arm, he pretty much has an arm.
You want to probably be out here.
A regular guy. Usually extend, push it, you can't turn in. You can pull an India room up here, pull him up to you, like when you go to step over.
Sure.
pull him up to you. Jim was telling me that he didn't like the regular cloth belts. He asked if we could like brand him with an orange belt around his waist. I just thought pretty extreme, guys, you know. Jim's just a little bit off the edge. He said when he gets his black belt, he'll have to burn it into his arm so he knows it's there.
I'm gonna be like David Carradine and Kung Fu. I'm just gonna take my forearm like this. This dragon's gonna be ready to win.
That's right. That's right. That's bad, dude. That is so bad. Better turn the camera off on that one. That's so bad. I told you I met David Carradine, didn't I? I met David Carradine.
Yeah.